channel, I am asking you to join and also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have time. This afternoon, we came up here, we had such a wonderful conversation, and I promised that I will be back again tonight for our American audience. The time now is 2nd of March 2025, and the time is 1:21 a.m. And I'm broadcasting directly from the UK, and I am talking about Nigerian situation. Now, I want to play a record for you, an interview with Senator Olujimi, Senator BIODUN Olujimi. It's an elderly senator who says that the Senate does not belong to young people. I really want you to understand that you don't have a country anymore. You know, the last few months has taught me a lesson that Nigeria is far gone than we anticipated. How many of you remember when El-Rufai spoke last time? El-Rufai said that the APC have captured all of our state. They have captured PDP, and they have also captured Labour Party, and they have captured our social media. And Tinubu will be re-elected. In short, congratulations to Tinubu because his re-election is inevitable. So, I am more than willing to tell you this. Hold on, guys. I am more than willing to tell you guys this, that it is happening, and it is happening in our own very eye. We do not have a political party in Nigeria again. We do not have a civil society in Nigeria again. Our social media has been taken over by influencers. Our voice has been truncated. Our politician has been taken over. You know, just imagine a situation where a PDP senator will look at another senator and said, what you say is a lie, that you should have been quiet. I mean, how many of you know that currently Nigeria has no opposition party? You don't understand how dangerous this is. We don't have an opposition party in Nigeria. And it's quite sad, to be honest with you. It's very, very sad. Now, I am going to go and play it for those of you guys on YouTube. I'm going to play it. You can watch it on YouTube. You might not be able to see it on TikTok, but I will play it for you, the voice. And then you tell me whether we are serious in this country, whether we are serious in this nation. I'm going to start to play it now. It's quite, I don't know how to even say it. I don't know. I don't know. The Senate is not for young people. That is what a female senator said today in defense of Akpabio. Now, I just want you to understand how radical that statement is, but you are going to listen to it yourself. and then we'll go and I'll talk about it a little bit.
Let me reiterate.
Now, what you are the voice you are going to be hearing is coming from Senator BIODUN Olujimi of PDP. So this lady that is talking now is a PDP senator. Natasha, who accused Akpabio of harassment, is also a PDP. There are 4 women in the Senate. 4. I hate when my hand is dry. There are 4 women in the Senate. Only 4 of them. And one of them said she's been harassed. The youngest one, the most beautiful one, said the Senate president is harassing her. And the Senate president had made it difficult for her to do her job. And then she cried out to the Nigerian public. But instead of the Senate president to come out and defend himself or resign immediately, the Senate president decided to send other female senators, the 3 of them. So far, we've seen the 2. We've seen Senator Kingibe defending. We have seen this senator also defending. There's one more senator left. That is from the Anambra. Hopefully, she will not do the same thing. And I think that female senator from Anambra is also a PDP senator. I hope you understand. Now, they have called her to Arise TV to speak, and she's about to tell you what she thinks about the allegation Natasha made. Don't forget, this is a female, not a man. Listen.
That I took over from him as a minority leader. And so I kind of know him, know his wife very well. I know that he jokes a lot.
Akpabio, right?
Yes. He's fond of making little fun out of everything.
Or would you call it unguarded statements?
Not unguarded, but he loves to.
Akpabio is fond of making little fun. I want you to understand what sexism is all about. What sexualization of workplace is all about. Now, you people need to understand how dangerous this Nigeria is at the moment. You have to understand it.
Make everything light. And you see, when you do that, you become very vulnerable. So it makes him very vulnerable.
Akpabio likes to make everything light. Like Akpabio telling another senator, come and spend good time with me in my property, is making everything light. Akpabio telling a female senator to come and meet him in a hotel is making everything right. Akpabio telling another female senator, your leg look beautiful, is making everything light. Akpabio telling another senator, the clothes you're wearing is reviewing, is making everything light. Just think about it. Just think about it. And this is a woman talking. No be man. This is a lady speaking. This is a woman talking. Just imagine if Natasha is your daughter. Just imagine if Natasha is your mother, your wife, your sister, and you have so much faith in the country, and another woman who's supposed to stand up and defend you stood up on a TV and say the opposite. Ladies, I don't understand. Listen.
Saw what they all went through as men when I was there. They were all victimized by people from outside.
I mean, what this woman is saying does not make any sense. She said the senator, some men, some male senator were victimized inside the Senate. And the people that are victimizing them are from outside. Have you ever heard anything like this? She's she's actually defending Akpabio. She's defending Akpabio. And she said some male senator got victimized as well from people outside, and she has to save them. Just listen.
And I had to rescue them all of the time.
What do you mean victimized?
You see, it's difficult to explain what they go through there. And so they make light of every issue. Most of the men there go through a lot themselves. It's not as easy as you see it. They also internalize a lot of things. You find people calling them from outside, putting their wives on the spot, and making different issues out of nothing. And so they also go through that. And I've had to support some of them to even go home to say, no, this can't be true. So,
you see, if I understand this woman, what she's saying is this. Some senators have alleged to have done something like this before. And she has to step in and help. People from outside pressuring the senators that they have done this to them, they've done this to them. And then she has to step in and help. And she has to go to their houses and tell their wife the story that somebody from outside is making against your husband is not true. You know, this is a very dangerous woman talking right now. You know, people can't see beyond just a statement. This is why we have to go outside the box to interpret. Now, she said that this is not the first time the senators, they face this kind of problem. And sometimes she has to go to their house to go and talk to their wives and tell their wives, your husband did not do this. I really want you guys to understand what I stand for. I don't just read the news. I go behind the news. I cannot believe it. I can't believe that we are watching this right now. This is a female senator, a female. Just keep listening. She has not done.
they are all very vulnerable.
Okay. Now, we don't have all the time, very limited time, but I want to put these two questions across to you. You can manage it in 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. What's your take on the 103 billion naira suit filed by Abuti against the Senate President and others? And then secondly, the bill on female gender and sexual violence against women was eventually passed. It eventually passed secondly, but initially it was rejected by some women in the Senate. Talk to us about it.
See, they put a bill to protect women in Nigeria. I want you to listen to this. They put a bill, Natasha put a bill to protect women. It was rejected by women in the Senate. So Natasha sponsored a bill to protect women. right? It was not rejected by men. It was rejected by another woman in the city. There are only 4 of them. Oh. See, there are about almost 300 senators, and there's only 4 female senators. And another female senator put a bill through to protect women in Nigeria against gender violence. Do you know who voted down? Another female senator. I want you to listen again. A Nigerian woman, I agree to now. I hail on a Nigerian woman. I lift my hand up for now. Maybe I didn't hear well. Listen again.
And then secondly, the bill on female gender and sexual violence against women was eventually passed. It eventually passed secondly, but initially it was rejected by some women in the Senate. Talk to us about
the bill against sexual violence against women was rejected. And I mean, you know, there's a protest today. Women protesting against Natasha. Natasha, withdraw your statement. Withdraw your statement. Withdraw your statement. Our man is good. We like him. Akbar, proud of him. Women, poor women. Now, let's say that those are poor women. What about the women that have made it into the Senate? They are in the Senate. They have passed all the hurdles in life. They won election to be in the Senate. And then they are proposing a bill to protect women in the country against predators like Akpabios. Predators that take advantage of women. And another woman stood up and voted down. It's crazy. I mean, you can only make this up in a dream. This is crazy, guys. This is really crazy. For me, I don't know. I have a daughter. I don't know how I can comprehend this, what I'm hearing now. It is people's queen. It upset me so much. You know, I downloaded the video today, this morning, but I couldn't go through it. And then after I had my broadcast in the afternoon, where it was very lousy, I said, I'm going to record this later. But I like to have a participation when I record my podcast. And then I was in a restaurant this evening and I was looking at it. I put my earphone on my ear and I was looking at it. I couldn't, I was talking to myself inside the restaurant with people sitting beside me. They don't know what I'm talking about. I was actually talking to myself. Like, really? Really? Listen.
The case in court. I want to appeal to her to please.
You know, Natasha has taken Akpabio to court. Natasha is accusing Akpabio of sexual harassment, and he has taken Akpabio and the Senate committees to court. It's a serious case. Now, Akpabio have not speak. Another female senator is telling Natasha to withdraw the case from court. Just listen to her reason.
Take the case out of court. Because you see, we don't want women to look like they're emotionally unstable. We need.
Did you just hear what she said? In this UK, that would be finer for her. She's finished. She said, I don't want women to look like they are emotionally unstable. And we do call men misogynist. But this is crazy. If a man say this, we all be throwing him a stone. She said, I don't want women to look emotionally unstable. She has to withdraw the case from court.
To also be strong enough to face the men.
He said the lady should be strong enough to face the men. How? Sorry, my apology. Nigerian Senate has 109 and they have 3 senators, 1 for FCT. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you. RRDM. Sorry, when I said 300, I was thinking I'm talking about American senators. I do appreciate that.
I mean, going to court against the presiding officer is not on. I know she's hurt.
She agree Natasha is hot. Going to court against presiding officer, it is not on. I know she's hot. I mean, guys, this is a sitting senator talking. Mandate, I hope you can hear what you are hearing. Mandate, I know how vibrant, how you always advocate for equality and fairness, but just hear a senator. I mean, like, we are done. We are done. We are done. And then it's just annoying to listen to this. There's somebody on TikTok who has just, now I will block you. Harry normally come and abuse me here. This guy here, I have you. He normally come and abuse me here. The guy called Natasha a Jezebel. He said that lady Natasha is a Jezebel. I don't know who gave birth to you, Harry Hype. Yesterday you came up here, you abused me as well. You supporting VDM because that's what VDM has put on top of on our head. Now, Harry, your mama will give birth to you. Now be Jezebel. Your mama will give birth to you. Now be Jezebel. And the picking where you go born. In short, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just gonna block you. Thank you so much for your kind word for what we're discussing. And this is the danger of very dark man. That guy that came up now was here yesterday to abuse me on my platform. He came live yesterday. Harry Hype. And the guy came again and said, the woman is a Jezebel. Now, you guys have seen the influence of VDM. Because I don't want to talk about VDM, but again, I have to tell you how VDM changed the narrative in this country. Most of the people that are abusing Natasha online are also VDM supporters. Because VDM say this is a personal matter. Natasha should go and bring evidence that Akpabio is corrupt. Because of that, he's not putting mouth. So his supporters are not putting mouth. Now, when I said that boy VDM is working for government, you think I'm joking? Do you agree that this woman is working for government when you listen to this woman's statement? Do you agree? VDM also advised Natasha to withdraw the court case against Akpabio. I have the video here. On a video that VDM made yesterday, he said, Natasha, the case you file against Akpabio is not going anywhere. You have to withdraw it. To be honest with you, withdraw it. Now, a woman from the Senate who is working for the government as well is telling Natasha to withdraw it. VDM is telling Natasha to withdraw it. VDM supporters are calling Natasha Jezebel. Think about it. It's an agenda. It's a serious agenda. We are in for a long ride. So when I tell you guys that VDM is political, you guys will tell me, no, he's not political. He's building well. He's building borehole. Compare the statement this woman is making to the statement VDM made yesterday. Then go and read what VDM supporters are saying about this case. They have come up here and defend this Akpabio. One of them called from Italy in our broadcast this afternoon, and that one said, she's a woman. She said, the lady have to bring evidence. I asked the woman, what kind of evidence do you want? He said, evidence, like text message, like video. I'm like, like voice note. I said, I said, what about if there's no evidence? Yeah, then there's no case. There has to be evidence. Then I turn it to her. We use her as example. I said, what happened if I am your boss and I do not promote you because I want to have something to do with you and you said no? And every time you want a holiday, I won't approve it. I don't promote you. I don't send you to seminar. She said, I will go to one organization and report. Then I asked, what about if that organization asks you to bring evidence that I'm harassing you? He said she couldn't defend herself, but she could not come to terms to understand what we are talking about. And somebody here asked her another question. If your son or your child will return back from school and said, I've been bullied, and you go to school, what will happen? He said, I will go and report to the teacher. And they said, if they ask your child to bring evidence, then the woman said, but children don't lie. Children don't lie. I said, what about if the mother of the other child say, my child did not do it? So that means her child don't lie as well. And then she dropped off. She dropped from our online. This is why I tell you, Nigerians lack critical thinking. And our leaders know exactly where we are weak. So they send people to us to brainwash us. No, people like me cannot be popular in Nigeria because we don't accept the norms. I do not accept the norms. I can't be popular because I go against what everybody's going for. Now, when I was analyzing yesterday, I told you guys that VDM make this video to change the opinion of the nation. And people think I was joking. Today, there's a protest. Everybody is saying the lady need to bring evidence, evidence. You want a woman to bring evidence against a man that has been accused of the same thing twice before in the past. Let's go.
But she needs to handle it in a better way. I think that should get out of court.
So the lady understand there is a problem, but Natasha need to handle it in a better way. She need to get it out. Why are they afraid to go to court? Because Akpabio is afraid this woman have very valid evidence. You know, in a fight like this, you don't bring your evidence out. You wait. There could be a voice note. There could be a text messages. There could be a threatening messages. I know Natasha will not be able to win. The order against her, they might even pie her. So, but the reason why we are talking now is that posterity will be for us. If you understand what I am doing, if you have an idea of what this platform stands for, you will go on your knee now and pray and cover me with every blood that you have in your hand and say, God, protect Mr. Ben. We don't have anything like this on social media. Every platform is looking for followers and likes. We're not into that. Go through my page on TikTok. I want you to pick out 500 comments. 460 of it are against me. You think I'm bad? I'm not. I'm just different. There is a targeted effort to silence voices like us. And they are using you as a tool to achieve that. Just imagine your daughter come home and said her boss tap her nyash. Or her boss pressed her bobby. And then you complain and somebody is telling you your daughter is an adult, is not a child. That's what VDM say. That is what VDM say. VDM said it. And somebody will tell you your daughter can handle herself. Somebody will tell you that is a personal matter. Just, thank you, sir. Just imagine now your daughter come crying to you or your wife that when she went to work today, her boss grabbed her bobby. She's adult. She knows exactly what she witnessed. She knows what happened. And then you complain. And they ask you to bring evidence. Or your hero tell you it is a personal matter. None of their business. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. It's not over.
It's all about management. You know, the Senate is for the elderly. It's not for the young. It's for...
Did you hear what she just said? The Senate is for the elderly. It's not for the young. I want you to hear. Natasha is almost 40 years old. a woman is telling another woman, Natasha is almost 40-something years old, that the Senate is for the old, is for the elder, not for the young. She is a PDP senator. Natasha is a PDP senator. Now, I want you to remember when El-Rufai said it 2 weeks ago that there is no longer opposition in Nigeria, that PDP has been taken over by APC, that the Labour Party has been taken over by APC. You think El-Rufai is joking? This is a PDP senator telling another PDP senator that the Senate is not for young people. I mean, young people, age of 40. He says it's for the elderly. I mean, how do you sit down and vomit such nonsense on a live TV? Is beyond my understanding. I'm absolutely in shock watching this and listening to this. It broke my heart into pieces.
For people who would have been through life, seen it all, and are willing to just work.
Supposedly seen it all.
Seen it all, supposedly. And what
He said the Senate floor is for people that have seen life and seen it all. Old people. Probably no women as well. No women should be involved in this decision.
work well for the country. And so when you are there, you comport yourself, you manage people.
When you are there, you comfort yourself, you manage people. If they want to knock you, you manage the knocking. You open your nyash and get knock. If they want to move your seat overnight, you say, yes, ma. Yes, sir. Natasha is a misraised child. Her mother is Russian. Her father is a medical doctor. She's a lawyer, highly trained. She knows exactly her what in life. She understands her role as a woman. And she's not advocating for herself alone. She's been advocating for women in my community where she comes from and in Nigeria in general. She sponsored a bill that will prohibit women being harassed and exploitation. And another woman like her voted this bill down. You really can't make this up. Now, if you show this now to anybody in America, they will tell you, yeah, this is Banana Republic. I mean, like literally, they will tell you it is Banana Republic. Because this is not normal.
The 10 is not difficult to manage, but
I don't know what she said is not difficult to manage. Let's listen.
is not difficult to manage. But the chief whip stood up before she proclaimed Order 10 and said to the Senate President, Senator Natasha cannot speak from there because she's not on her allotted seat.
Okay, so it was not started by the President of the Senate?
No, it was the chief whip.
That cautioned...
And that is his job. He is in charge of the chambers. He maintains law and order. That is why he's called the chief whip. The Senate President didn't start it. I watched it. It was the chief whip that got up and laid a complaint, and then the Senate President ruled on it. Once the gavel goes down, you really cannot do much because it's over. So he ruled on it and said, you must go to your seat before you speak. So whatever order you bring after then cannot work.
So Order 10 does not work here?
It cannot work.
So she's out of order?
That was what the Senate President said. I rule this out of order. And when it's out of order, it's out of order.
You're wasting your time.
The rest is history.
I hope you guys have listened to it. That's all I wanted to show to you guys today. It's painful. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's really painful. There's a very important person that I'd like to bring up to our YouTube to tell us what he thinks. Because the man I will bring, if he's available to join us, he is a man that have seen it all as well and understand politics. If you are on YouTube, sir, Akwa Ibom, please, I know the senator that we're talking about is from your state, and as a leader in your state, a former advisor to the governor, or current advisor to the governor as well. I just want your neutral opinion. I know how difficult it will be to say anything otherwise. I just want you to tell us if you can. If cannot, no problem. The invitation is there on the YouTube. You can accept it and give us, what do you think? In short, I want you to make a comment. Don't make a comment on the Senate President, because the Senate President is from your state, is your governor, your former governor, and also somebody that I know you know personally. I wouldn't want you to speak on that, but I would like you to speak on the feedback that Senator BIODUN Olujimi of PDP is saying. I really want to know. And if you're also on TikTok and you have time to talk, I would like to invite somebody, like 2 people. It's not going to be a long broadcast. I want to be here for an hour and I have 45 minutes. In 15 minutes, I will be gone. So if you're on TikTok and you would like to have your say on this particular matter, do join us and let's have a conversation on this. Send a request in and I will preview it and I'll issue a comment. Now, you have seen what is going on in Nigeria and you have seen what we are doing on this platform. A lot of people are against what we are doing because they cannot comprehend what we are doing. Okay, what we are doing is more than just VDM. It is for you. It is for your children. It is for your liberty. But you cannot understand it. Just imagine if Nigeria, the last time it happened, Akpabio was highly dragged. Akpabio quickly came out and apologized. This time around, Akpabio is fighting back tooth and nail. Is fighting, is using the media, is using opinion manipulator like VDM, and he has successfully done it. VDM said in his words, after listening to this Natasha, it is a personal problem. Think about it. Hello, People's Queen.
Hello.
People's
Hi,
Queen.
good evening, Mr. Ben.
Good evening, People's Queen. I really, because I know how passionate you are about women rights. What do you think about what you just heard?
Honestly, I'm so disgusted by that lady that you were just playing, whoever she was. I'm so disgusted. But it's not surprising, you know? Whenever there are women standing up for themselves and fighting for the rights of other women, you would always have some who are still, I don't know whether they're still in mental bondage or whatever it is, but they're like slaves. And they are the ones that are used as parrots on behalf of the men who are basically subjugating them. I stand by Natasha all the way. Like I love what she's doing, and I feel like you where I don't know if she's really gonna win. I mean, I hope she does,
She can win.
but who she's fighting is somebody more powerful, more influential. You know, a man of his stature in the country. But she's so incredibly brave, man. I love her for it, and I really support her all the way, all the way. And all these people who are saying, oh, go and bring evidence. I hope she has evidence, of course. But I'd written in the comments that a lot of women tend to be victims of things that are like invisible crimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like things like this kind of sexual harassment case, Natasha wasn't holding her phone prepared to be recording in case somebody says something randomly to her. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. She
And,
wasn't.
and,
She
and,
was.
and
She wasn't doing that. She.
exactly.
It kind of a silent treatment that she's been receiving that frustrated her.
Exactly. These invisible things where you know that somebody is retaliating against you, but they themselves are smart enough to cover their tracks, or even that initial innuendo, or that first advancement that he made to invite us to come back for
Mm-hmm.
more play. That in itself, like she wasn't expecting that. She wasn't gonna just have her phone out there just to record or video the moment or whatever. These are the kind of invisible things that women go through. And for another woman to come out there and trivialize it, and for VDM to say, oh, this is a personal matter. 2025, Mr. Ben.
Yes.
I cannot believe it.
And
Because at the end of the day,
people's queen. I know how much of a chance you are giving to VDM, and I remember the last time you appealed to me, and you're always saying that there's a good in this guy, there's a good in this guy, and
yeah.
I absolutely wanted to disagree with you, but because I have so much respect for your opinion and the respect that you are, and a leader, you are a leader. But I've seen that you are creating opportunity for business for people, and I kind of feel like you don't understand what we are looking at, because I am inside the game and I can see that the game is being played against the people of Nigeria. And
No, but that's why I keep listening to you, Mr. Ben, with an open mind,
yes,
because, like I've said, I can see that VDM is a misogynist. That one is so clear to me, right? But the other things he's been doing, I felt like, okay, maybe there's some good there, but I keep an open mind, and I continue to listen to
and
what he's saying.
I will urge you to keep that open mind on. Let me bring Mr. Akwaibom out. I finally got my man on the YouTube. Mr. Akwaibom, can you hear me, sir? Mr. Akwaibom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Akwaibom, could you say something about what you heard from that senator, please?
Yeah, it's the misplacement. You know, most of them, like she said, it's for old people. She's an old without understanding. She's old without having understanding. I wonder when they talk about the youth. The youth bill was passed by that same Senate during the period of is it Bukola Saraki or something?
Yes, it was during Bukhara Ragi. Yes,
Yes, that the young people, they are not too young to run.
to run.
She's not in touch with the present reality in life. She's been conditioned to go there and speak, might be to get a juicy, committee that will
Mhm.
favor her. Let me tell you, Ben, in this country, nobody supports you to fight for your just cause. Nobody will support you to, say the right thing because they have dwelt so much in the wrongdoings. And this is our problem. I mean, for her to open her mouth and say what she said, I'm so surprised because I was so busy I couldn't watch the news. I mean, I couldn't watch that interview. In fact, these are some of the interviews that I'll turn off my telly. I can't watch this.
I couldn't watch it.
This is disheartening. A woman at that level. The other day, the other one came out and said, "She's like my daughter. She's a daughter."
Kinjibe.
So,
I have that.
so
Kinjibe.
King, would you have allowed your daughter to be so maltreated, even by her male brother? Talk less of an institution called the Senate, that you're going there to serve the people? Come on. The Senate president is my brother, but I cannot support him when he is wrong. Even though we are talking about evidence, she has spoken very well, and the husband came out to support what she said. The husband came out of that. He's been trying to talk to the Senate president, not to malign the wife, not even to harass her anymore. That they are very close. And the wife did not mince word when she said on the live television that the husband is a friend to the Senate president.
And that was the major reason why she
I mean,
never
I heard when
spoke
you're
about
saying
it.
that. I mean, I have worked with Senator Fabio as his media consultant.
Yeah.
I know him. He's a jovial person, but truth be told, it's not everything you joke about.
There's a gray line that you can't cross.
There are red lines when you are holding the leadership. It's just like going to the president's office and you see him even romancing his wife. That is against the Constitution. In government house, you are not even authorized to live with your wife. You cannot share the office with your wife. You are there to serve the people. People voted for you, not your wife. That's why they keep creating these unnecessary offices. Let me tell you something. If she's alleging that she was harassed, can't the Senate called the Senate president and said, come, this issue that this woman is talking about, because you know why she ran to the TV? Because nobody could stand for her. Nobody could protect her.
Sir, if you hear when Kinjibe gave her interview, Kinjibe said she did not pick their three of them phone call. She refused to talk three of the ladies because she's already.
Because they have not been standing for
They have not
her.
stand for her. Yes.
They haven't been standing. You know, friend, is like you having. It's just like you're having a friend who will never support your growth. She takes sanity to Senate. She takes sanity to the Senate. If she was a bad woman, she would have gone to holiday with the Senate president. She would have gone to everywhere. Of course, you could see the love. She was the only woman flown to Geneva with the Senate president, with an Ekpenyo and the other guy. If the woman is talking about age grade, Ekpenyo is about 35. Then Ekpenyo has nothing to do there in the Senate. If we want to go by the age grade, that place is not for age grade. That place is for critical thinkers who can make laws for the people. The Ajakota Steel issue that she sponsored, it has been played down. The other bill she sponsored, played down. Who will be so happy that this is happening at a time like this? Where the Chinese...
Hold on there, Beat. Eze Jofo, are you talking, sir?
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. Okay, off my distance now.
Off your mic, please. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Some of the lofty bills she has sponsored in the Senate has not been looked into. Why? Because of what? Personal confrontation. You don't take your personal issues to the Senate. You are to serve the people. I feel a little bit sad that this is happening at a time that from here we are so happy that we're able to produce a Senate president. If you check out the other day, the entire delegation of Akwa Ibom State went to visit the president. And you know, okay, now why do you allow your wife to come speak on your behalf? Not even your chief press secretary. Why are you making it a family affair when you're serving the public? You see, they play down on major issues that are so constitutional. That's why in Nigeria, taking a case to court, an individual can easily tell you whether you're going to win or you're going to lose. Look at what is happening in Rivers State. A clear sham, and the legislature, the judiciary compromising. How can you stop the allocation of the state government? You are not fighting Fulbright, you're indirectly fighting the people.
The people
Because if it doesn't pay salaries, The people will go hungry. You're punishing the River State people, and look at them, they are jubilating because they don't know the implications. You see, I stopped talking most times, my radio show, my TV show, I stopped talking about politics because it gets me angry most times. Why is it that in Nigeria we don't elect people with credibility, with integrity to man the offices that we have? The reason is that, one, go to INEC. They'll do their shambolic elections and then bring in whoever they want and put it there. You're talking about, if you check my message, you realize this is the same thing that happened to Dino Malaye. Dino Malaye will be standing up for the people, yet the people in their senatorial district, they went to bribe those people, paid them heavily to vote against the man who was the voice of the people.
And they brought
This family,
and they brought Adeyemi Smart, who was a
yes,
complete buffoon.
who was warming the seat at the Senate. He did not sponsor a single important bill. This intelligent woman you see, I bet you, unless the people will understand, unless they will listen to your education and the education of other people, that's why I said this podcast need be extended. If it requires fund, please let me know, because this is something that we need to push forward. We need to reorientate our people. Our mindset need to be adjusted. Our people need to be reasonable. We should stop this sycophantic leadership in this country. It pains me when I see a senator sit on a live television program and then was just pouring up nonsense.
Like,
It's
absolutely.
disheartening.
Do you understand, sir, that also in that statement, the presenter asks her about the gender and harassment bill that was voted down for the first floor, and female senator voted it down. Female.
Yes. Because let me tell you a little bit what happened in the Senate, even in the House of Representatives. What happened is this: if you have a bill, you go presented it or you go put it down in the other paper. Before that bill is read in the floor, they will call a few people to talk about it, tinker the bill before it is being presented on the floor. That's why you see some people have it very difficult to have their bill sailed through. Because if the leadership of the Senate or the leadership of the House does not need your bill, they will play it down or they will take it to the bottom. Each session, the session will expire and then leave your bill untouched. That is what is going on. And a lot of people don't rise up again to speak. Can you imagine local women who don't even know how to spell Senate? They were the one protesting. And then the blackout was just written and the inscription for them to carry out. What a shame. 2,000 naira. Why not call your son to order and say, do the right thing, my son, so that you will not disgrace us?
Sir, just because of time, I know you watched us day before yesterday, and on that day before yesterday, this case was just building up, and I made a lot of my presentation, and I called this phenomenon figure in Nigeria called VDM, which I have already accused of working with the system. And I said, when VDM came out on that day, VDM has a platform, because let me tell you, social media is a force for good if we use it judiciously to pull out who we need to pull out, especially the politician who elected in our name. When I came here, I talk about it, but I was surprised. I was living online. VDM made a post about it, and he said this is a personal matter that they should go and iron it. That he would have joined if Natasha bring forth evidence that Akpabio is corrupt. Just imagine that kind of opinion changer. And if you look at the trend at the moment, this woman is receiving abuse across platforms. Somebody just came here now and called the woman a Jezebel. And the guy that happened to call the Senator Natasha a Jezebel on my platform was here yesterday to talk, to defend VDM. So you can imagine how they are brainwashed.
Ben, can I shock you a little bit? Let me tell you
Yes.
what happened. They knew that social media will pick up this case. So what do? They will invite major bloggers, those who are strong, and then say, okay, take this. This is how the narrative I want you to run with.
Hey.
Take it or leave it. That is what is going on. Sometimes, let me tell you something. Why Governor Udom Emmanuel employed me. When he came on my show, I was running a debate program. And then I said, after the break, I want to ask the PDP candidate how he's going to cut the cost of governance, because I realize that in the street of Uyo, they're running generating sets, buying diesel every day to power street lights. How is he going to cut this cost? When we went on the break, the then candidate said, please don't ask me that. And when we came back on break, I asked him. He said, truly, you're a journalist. When I win this election, I'm going to work with you. That was what happened. And on the 13th of June, he called me to be the head of his electronic media. Why am I bringing this up? There are those who would have not repeat that question any longer because somebody has said so, and get something in his pockets without his dignity. Ben, what you're doing project your dignity. I started following you during that case, that shambolic issue with the police. And you stood your ground despite all the attacks. They paid people to accuse you. The so-called guys,
that he frees all of them.
yes, and what do you call him? Sabio,
Sabio. Pay them millions to attack me.
They were all paid to come against you by the system, because they knew very well that those girls, nothing happened to them. They have been relocated. All they wanted was how to get Andrew out of the system. And I told you this during that period because I understand what they were doing. I'm in the system and I know it very well. That's why people like you cannot even survive in Nigeria, because speaking the truth is a taboo. And that woman there on TV, if you meet her privately, she will tell you something quite different. She's just doing that in order to get a juicy committee. And that's the game. That's the game. Stand for me or lose your seat. That's what they play here. And it's sad. It's a sad commentary. It's extremely an anathema that in a democracy, people will be conditioned to speak in favor of a particular group or a particular individual. Reason being that we are so myopic, and we wouldn't want to speak it up. Now it is time for them to, if anything happened to that woman now, he will change. El-Rufai is changing today because the tide is against him. What was he saying yesterday? What did they do against Jonathan? All right? And then, you know, this thing is simple. If you go through the historical background of leaders, people went to celebrate Babangida. So
Just
what would
imagine.
have stopped?
Just imagine.
The president from staying away from it? Why did Buhari stay away? These are men with principle. That's why I said Buhari's government was collapsed. The economy collapsed because it was working with the wrong people. They pushed Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala out, who was ready to manage the economy of Nigeria and raise that economy to a highest height. They push her out. They bring in mediocres who knew nothing about the economy of Nigeria. And that's the quagmire we are facing today. So it's a problem. It's a big problem. So I never liked Buhari, but I fell in love when he never showed up. Those who showed up were those who have gone through one intimidation or the other in that administration, during his administration. You saw them. Why did they go to Mina? Are there. The cartel of politics will be there because they are hungry for power. They are not hungry for leadership. They are not hungry for the emancipation of Nigerian people. They are not hungry for the betterment of Nigeria. They are not hungry for the welfare of Nigerians. They are hungry for their political powers. They are hungry for their pocket. And that's why you see Nigeria going down the drain.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I want to bring in Eze Ejofo. Eze Ejofo, are you there?
Is that Ben? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Is that Mr. Wet? Mr. Wet, go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning. Mr. Wet, have you been listening?
Yeah, I've been listening to everything. First of all, let me tell you, Natasha, personally, I know her.
Yeah.
Personally. Natasha is one of the women that have very high integrity. He doesn't talk. If you come close to her, I remember we were going to do a picking dedication in government arts in Asaba. And beside that, Akpabo cannot do Natasha anything. That's not the truth. There's nothing you can do Natasha because Natasha's husband is highly connected.
They're highly powerful.
Highly connected. Is if the former governor of Delta State, that is his husband brother. And he's connected to Ibori.
And Ibori is still a king in Niger Delta.
Yes, now. Natasha's husband is his junior brother. Then the former governor of Delta State is a senior brother to Elema. Elema is Natasha's husband, a billionaire in making.
And
that guy speak 100 language. 100 language. Even the Hausa man, they speak the language past Hausa man. Even the Kogi man, they speak the language past the Kogi man. So number one, there's nothing Akpabio can ever do with that woman in the first place. Whatever you see that woman saying there, the husband are giving her go ahead. Anything that Akpabio wants to do, I'm in your back.
How you go try to knock your friend?
That's why you see the woman came, and that fight, it will not be easy because you know why? This guy you are talking about, his husband is connected to Ibo. Ibo is his junior brother. They are first cousin. First cousin. Even as I'm talking to you, I left his junior brother not quite long, that almost 4 hours ago, the former governor of Delta State, the last born. I just left him. He told me, he said, Akpabio don't know where they go. So now
Akpabio no now, and you can see Akpabio is completely confused. I think the best thing for him now is to resign. Yeah, to resign from the Senate president.
That's not going to that. He's a very wrong. Where he went to is a wrong person. And Elema is a very that guy. You see, they call Elema. So now who they call his real name is Vincent Udwan. The Natasha husband. I'm telling you, his real name now, Vincent Udwan. That was his name. Then the title they gave him in Delta State is Elema of Warri.
I beg, I give up. Let Akpabio is in trouble.
Then this guy we are talking about, this guy is made in billions or in dollars, so not in naira.
And he highly respected Akpabio. Just imagine somebody you respect, mandate, like somebody you have a lot of respect for.
That guy they sponsor Akpabio election now. He's part of person that always sponsor Akpabio election back to back. They are close friends.
And you want to knock his wife, and you are openly calling his wife Olosho on the shop floor of the Senate. Akpabio is a very ludicrous. I'm telling you, that guy have no discipline. He has no discipline.
If you see Natasha in life like this, the woman enter.
You they talk about Natasha is from my hometown. You know that? I know Natasha directly now.
The woman that Elema was married, like Natasha's husband was married. I divorced his wife because of Natasha.
I said, Natasha, see this thing where you see now. I got a mark here. This mark. I have a mark here like this. That's a stitch. I have a motorbike accident as a child. This teaching was Natasha's father that stitched it, Dr. Apoti. Yeah. Okay, this teaching was Natasha's father that stitched this teaching. So when I told her this, the other time that I would talk, I talked with her in Abuja. She was shocked. She was laughing. So Natasha is for my community, like my community. Anybody in my community would die for Natasha. That's how much we love her.
Mr. Ben, do you know why I respect that woman? Mm-hmm. When they was doing his marriage, there's a word they say. He said, please, I beg all of you, the single ladies and gentlemen, please, I don't want people to abuse Nigerian money. Nobody should spoil.
And that was before the announcement even came. Oh.
I was telling you. I was there now. I was there in his acts. I was there in his child dedication. So this woman in question that said this thing Akpabio say, I can tell you 100% that Akpabio actually said it.
She will not. Natasha will not lie now. What is it? Natasha will come and start making story up like
Natasha, that. You understand the kind of woman he is. Natasha is a woman that has high integrity to protect. He doesn't talk loud. He's not that kind of person you will just see.
Do you know where you respect Natasha? Natasha fight Governor Bello tooth and nail. For 4 years of Bello, Natasha did not give up. Who does it? Bello and Natasha's house, they are like 10 minutes away from each other in the village.
So, Mr. Ben, the truth is that whatever social media is saying concerning the whole scenario, I will not tell you that the Senate president stepped on the wrong toe. I'm telling you the truth. The husband of that woman speaks more than 100 language. More, even Hausa man is speak Hausa language past Hausa man.
Now, powerful. He's a powerful guy.
Yes, now. That guy, see, as I'm talking to you, the estate I'm staying, the guy have almost close to 7 of the boys. Those 7 of the boys that are billionaires. All of them are very powerful cars, bulletproof cars.
I want to thank you, Mr. Way, for joining. And I want to bring Blessed Key. Blessed Key, are you there on TikTok? Blessed Key, are you there?
Yeah, maybe he's sleeping. To come up, maybe he's sleeping.
The guy don't go. He joined.
Don't go.
He requested and joined and does off.
I don't know. You are talking about a very dark man. I follow your program around that kind of 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yes.
When
so did you hear what? Did you hear when a very dark man said this is a personal problem? You don't want to. If Natasha should go and bring allegation against Akpabio that Akpabio is corrupt and he will join. This one a personal problem.
like I told people, I say VDM is not just VDM, and VDM have VDM in him.
It's been compromised.
You understand? He have a lot of people around him, and that guy you are saying is being used for some.
I can't believe you're the one saying this, so because you are always fighting me when I talk about this guy.
No. I've not fight you about VDM also. That means you are mistaken.
Oh yeah, Mr. Wet. Nah. I got you now. I got you. So the other guy that called where they are. Yes, fine. Yeah.
You understand?
It's compromised.
VDM is, sometimes when you look into look at what you said now. Look at your point. You said, why does it not have issue with the Hausa people? It doesn't go to that side.
Not once.
Take note. And then you asked again. You asked a question that the proof that these people that have this HMO, I don't know what they have.
NGO.
Thank you. That they should actually be proof that this is what they have already done here in UK. VDN actually says something like that. You know why other things has been like this? Is because you know why? The people that VDN will always come and tell, and VDM has this, how am I going to put it? He has this set of people who will take informations. He pay people all over everywhere to bring informations. No, I said so. I got this information from this guy. I don't know if you know one guy they call what's the name of this boy? That he cursed his wife, that the wife that slept with him in the hotel. What's the name of this boy?
I don't know. Basketman, Mr. Jollof.
Mr. Jollof, thank you. Do you know that information was given by some guys in Warri to VDM?
And the guy came on the TV and said it, and came on national channel and said it.
Let me tell you how this thing works. Now, if VDM, now as I'm talking to you now, VDM is working on you now. As I'm talking to you now like this now, is working on, is trying to pick your profile from your youth age. Now, as I'm talking to you now, he's doing that already.
I wish he tried.
No, bro. This thing I'm telling you, you will say device say it's kind of time. He will see he's always picking on people from the grassroots. What he always do, not like now. This is Divine. Where Divine stay? Divine is staying Delta State. What does he go up? He go up in Benin. Where does this school? He will find out everything around you, and he will look for your wrong. Everybody has a wrong past, like in life.
My brother, Nigerian police have already done that during Andrew matter. They couldn't find anything, so I'm good.
No, I'm just giving a comment. I'm not saying you. Now we come to the platform. I said, do you know this guy? This guy still can hear. He did this. He even married to one lady. He did this one. He did this one. He did this one. So the why is always deceiving Nigeria. There's this mentality. Nigerian people here, they have this motive of compassion. We prove hard. Some proof can be forged. I don't know if you understand me. Anybody can forge proof and bring it to you. It doesn't mean that this guy is proving something to you. You understand? Like when you're saying something like AI, this, that. If you really want to think it critically, you will know most of the things VDM is doing. Some of them is being arranged, and some of them is being, because you know why? That person that I was talking about, because the person have no voice, the person have nothing, nobody to fight.
And also in Nigeria, once you say something like that, the person will just keep quiet. Like, do you know, I wouldn't have been able to survive a FIBA and selling situation if I didn't have my platform and my voice. There's no way I would have survived it because they wanted to bury me. Akwa Ibom, you can hear me, right?
Yes, and I'm listening to you.
So there is no way.
You know, I don't talk when you don't ask me to talk. I don't interject.
Oh, thank you. There is no way I could have survived a FIBA and selling allegation against me if I did not have my platform.
Yes, Ben, you were very smart. Let me tell you this. You know, I told you should come and get an award from me.
Yes, sir. You did say it, and I'm holding you to that when I come to Nigeria.
Seriously, because what you did.
That went to create.
Hold on, Mr. White. Hold on. Somebody on the YouTube is talking. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So you know what you did at that time, facing the system. You were facing the system. And you know, constantly when I came in there with my objective analysis, they would try to make a mockery of me. I recall what Fabio was doing, and I was not deterred because I stood for truth. You see, truth is constant. What you were doing was in the right sense of it. Thank God that you were communicating with Andrew and you have the facts.
Evident.
We were able to unravel the foul play of the other guy who said he was running an NGO.
Harrison,
yes. Harrison, how can you ask people to go, I think it was a dead cow.
Yes,
a cow
dead
perhaps
cow
that was killed somewhere and decomposed. If you check the skeleton of that so-called human being, it wasn't for human, it was a cow. And we quickly told them, come, this is not human bones. And you quickly shut them up from there.
And they did not talk about it again. Finish.
No, you shut them up. You shut them up. You shut them up, you know. And of course, you also told us that Harrison was working with the police. A cross-section of the police, the corrupt ones, so he worked with them. And of course, the whole plan of the missing girl was circled around the extermination or buying of Andrew. That was what they did. So immediately that was achieved. Did you hear anything again from the police? No. And who are those that masterminded this? Perhaps those that Andrew was very close to, giving them money and the rest of the thing. And I told you then that action would have been carried out in Akwa Ibom, but because of the security situation, which the governor put in place in Uyo, especially in Akwa Ibom, because everywhere you go, even this night now, you drive out, you see security checkpoint.
And do you know the funny thing? We hardly have any story from Akwa Ibom, you know, of all of this violence that you're hearing about.
No, you will not hear it. You will not hear it. Why? One, the citizens of Akwa Ibom are not criminal in nature. Aside that, too, there is this inclusive government. I told you, if you had watched the governor visiting Tinubu yesterday, he took everybody, irrespective of political party. He took everybody to the president. Even Basi Albe that he contested against, Basi Albe that took him to court, that he has no certificate, he took everybody to the president. So in order for you to have a stable society, you must have the leadership quality that will bring everybody together, and they will see the reason with you that indeed you were people's choice. You see, in Akwa Ibom, you hardly rig election because of what the enlightenment. People are so enlightened. If you rig the election, they will know. Okay, reverse back to 2019. Ask yourself, why did Akpabio lose election? Even in his ward, those that were in support of him when he became the minister, when he became my minority leader, he threw most of them away. And I can tell you categorically that whether the government was involved or not, the people never wanted him back at the Senate. And he became the minister. He rushed to the president, became the minister, blah, blah, blah. That's it. But, like the other guy said it, he's a nice guy. If you meet up, when I was shot in the head, he volunteered me being flown to India. That angle of him, if you meet Akwabi and you have a problem, he's going to solve it for you. He's going to solve it for you. That angle of him is perfect, beautiful. But these other things I'm hearing about him, I'm so surprised and so shocked. But the manner with which she presented that issue tells you that something was actually going on wrong.
Yeah, because if you really see, if you really listen to them, Akpabio, they never come out to deny it. They were trying to play it off like he's a jovial man. He just make it fun. He just make a joke. And the wife said the same thing. And the two senators said the same thing, that Akpabio is a jovial man. Means if this story come out, they will be holding on to that. He's just making, he didn't mean it. He was just making flattery complimentary. They're trying to play it down.
Yes. Ben, it's very wrong for you to have a national problem and you bring on your family. I wasn't impressed when the wife had that press conference.
Your wife that we never heard from her.
Okay. And then the wife kept saying that he's always with the children. And I'm asking, is it that the children don't go to school? Or is it that the wife don't enter kitchen or her room to prepare something for visitors? Is it that the Senate president, why can't she tell us that when the Senate president was taking Natasha around the house, that she was there? So when you want to, they just implicate issues for this man. And I can't really fathom. Those working with him should have been on air to speak, not the wife. The wife should be respected. You don't make your wife a public mockery. You don't do that. The first lady of former first lady of Akwa Ibom State should be respected. You don't condition her to go and speak about your family. Rather, you should allow those working with you who are entitled to speak on your behalf to do so, not your wife. You just like Uduaga now going to speak on behalf of Ereti. Fine, the man did not speak. Rather, he issued a press statement. The wife could have as well issued a press statement if need be. But of course, the best bet is this is the number 3 citizen of the state, of the country. He has workers, those who understand him perfectly. Guess what? What did the SA, whatever, senior aides did? He went on social media to talk about how the woman dressed. Is that your matter? Is that the issue? How can you go and defend how a woman wear transparent clothes? So you go there with your camera to video her dress? Jesus Christ.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Mr. Bush, Bush doctor, go ahead. You say you're a Bush doctor. Bush doctor, where are you calling from?
Good morning, Mr. Ben.
Where are you calling from? Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from the Kingdom of Netherlands.
Netherlands. Go ahead. Did you hear what we're discussing this night?
Yeah, actually, I slept off. I just woke up. Then I tried to link up, follow up.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Yeah, like what I think is Natasha is just making a claim, because this kind of allegation, before you make it publicly, you must gather some evidence, Yeah, you cannot just wake up and say that when he was going around the house, he tell you this. For me, it's baseless, It's like what very dark man is doing. It's just a distraction. Because if you want to accuse someone, you have to be able to back it up with solid evidence,
Is she a baby that she will just come and say something like that?
It doesn't in court of law. You don't judge it that way. If she's a baby, no.
Yeah, hold on, Mr. Bush, a doctor. Bush doctor.
Yes, sir.
No, yes, sir. My name is Ben, sir.
Yeah,
Do you know the
but
meaning of harassment, sexual harassment? Do you understand what that means?
yeah, exactly. I know
What
what
does it
is
mean?
sexual.
Tell me a little bit of what it means.
Like trying to have carnal knowledge with someone without his consent.
No, you're wrong.
What is it then?
Um, if your girlfriend now work for me, okay,
Yes.
and she come to work and I say you look beautiful, do you know what that means?
Compliment.
That's not a compliment. If
That
I
one is
if I
sexual harassment.
if I also tell her I want to teach you today, and I believe you will learn from here. If I also
Okay.
tell your girlfriend that works for me that she should come and have a quality time with me in my lounge, what does that mean to you?
That is sexual harassment.
So what evidence do you think your girlfriend should come and give to you?
She should be able to record it for me to believe.
Oh, God, sir. So your girlfriend will just put the phone for record the waka. I'm saying nothing, the man will talk that word.
Because anybody can easily come out and say such,
No,
And if
no.
it's the same thing, no, to be honest
Sir,
with you, brother.
let me tell you, that personality in people's life there, that
Yes.
you just see them, and they don't like the way you are now. Somebody will just call your name. That Bushman told me he loved me. I don't know if you understand. Someone will just come and call your name and say, Bushman told me he loved me. You'll be wondering, where did I say this? For critical people that will look, those critical thinking that knows you and this person are close, it's possible for that word to utter from you. I don't know if you understand me.
I'm following, I'm listening.
Okay.
Because you know
Okay.
why?
Let
The
me
Senate
talk
president
to
can actually
Yeah,
use
go
that
ahead.
word.
Bushman.
Go ahead, Mr. Well. Mr. Well, hold on there a second. Go
Okay.
ahead, sir. Akwai, go ahead.
I don't know. Is he aware when the NDDC woman said she slapped Akpabio?
Um, Bush
I want to
doctor, did
find
you?
out from him if
Bush
he's aware.
doctor, Bush doctor,
Yes.
did you
Yes.
also aware about last year or last 2 years, the NDDC director, what she said about Akpabio?
To be honest with you, Mr. Ben, I knew Akpabio
I'm asking
very
you, were
well.
you aware?
No, I want to tell you, like Akpabio have questionable character
No,
in terms of those
Oga,
in terms of those kind
sorry.
of
Your
things.
character, his character is not in question. The man on the YouTube is asking you, are you aware of that incident?
I'm not exactly, but I heard of it, but I didn't follow it up.
Okay. Can I
Okay,
tell?
let me enlighten him when
Yes,
it has to
enlighten,
do with
please.
sexual abuse.
Mhm.
Sexual abuse, men looking at a woman lustfully, even the Bible talk about it. It doesn't require any tangible evidence. It is a statement. It is an action. Action, it could be either recorded or felt. If you touch somebody in a very a delicate part of an individual, even by holding a hand and you try to romance the hand,
Like pinching
that
her
is
hand like
sexual
this.
harassment. Yes, that's sexual harassment. If you call somebody that you want to have a personal discussion with that individual, or even telling somebody that you like my apartment, I would want us to, you're now a senator, I would want us to come and have a full time here, or come and make me happy. How is it that somebody is not your wife going to make you happy? Is he? I mean, I don't know. Is he coming to sing for you? Is the senator Flavor Nabania to come and sing for you? I mean, these are statements that are sexually important. Okay, the sex for grades in the universities. How many of them has provided evidence? But you see lecturers being sacked because if you are able to argue out your part. Okay, ask him why is it that the Senate president is not talking? If the Senate president knew that he never did that kind of a thing, he would have been on TV like he was on TV when this other lady from Niger Delta, accused him rather. He said you asked me for this and you held my hand, I was the first woman to slap Akpabio. And Ben, I can tell you, we were all ashamed here because we respect Akpabio. We love Akpabio so much, So for somebody who has been a governor to be slapped by a woman was the highest embarrassment anybody can think of. What happened? That case died. Akpabio, I know if he was innocent, he would have pursued that matter to a logical conclusion. All right. So when we are talking about these issues, let us stop talking about evidence. I've heard very dark man. In as much as I don't have anything against him, he's doing what he's doing, maybe for his pocket or maybe for his conscience. Fine, I've seen him do some boreholes in schools and the rest of them. But the fact is that it is corruption. When you said if it is corruption, whatever, you bring evidence, we will all protest at the National Assembly. That is wrong. What was done on that senator is enough to dampen her reputation for her to even stand up to speak. That is serious humiliation. She's been so humiliated. She's been so maligned. I don't know her, but I fell in love with her when I saw for the first time in few months for her to have lit up Kogi, the street of Kogi.
She done so well. She done so well.
And you know why she was doing very well in that committee of local content. Then ask yourself, why was she removed from that committee? Might be because she did not compromise. These are things we need to do.
I just want to. I wanted this, Mr. Doctor. Doctor, I hope you're not sleeping.
No, I'm listening.
Now, if you have a child in a university and I am the lecturer and I refuse to pass your child in one of our subject because I want to see her give me something, and your child is complaining and come to you and told you this, what evidence do you want your child to provide?
This is my child the issue. That will be different.
No,
I'm judging on
no, brother. Knowledge is universal. So if you cannot apply it to yourself, why are you applying it to others? Now I am asking you again, if your child come to you that I am a lecturer and I'm refusing to pass her in one of her most important subjects because every time I've been trying as much as possible, she come into my office, I am flirting with her. And then she come to you and say, I can't pass this thing. What evidence do you want her to bring?
Mr. Ben, if that my daughter or my son, if I knew very well her or his character, then I can defend her. But if somebody that has questionable character, I can easily say he's just making it up.
So you will say this about your child?
Yes, like me, yes.
So
if it's my child that I trust, because
do you trust your child?
I have 4 kids, but there's what I don't. When he come and say certain things, I would doubt it before until he proved me wrong.
So you will want your child to bring pictures of the man touching her because you don't trust her?
If it's that particular child, yes.
Do you trust your wife?
Mr. Ben, don't even go that route. Let me please, just 1 minute. 1 minute, sir. Don't go that route.
Yes.
Recall what she said, that the husband overheard the conversation. In the law court, they will ask for witness. The moment the husband testifies, yes, I overheard it, it's a done deal.
That's two
Forget
against
this
one.
So-called evidence. Yes. So if somebody, okay, who will the Senate president now called to defend him that he didn't say it? Will the wife come and say he didn't say it? Were you there in the picture?
Akwa Ibom. I know exactly where I'm going to, sir. Sabush.
Yes.
I want you to learn something today, sir.
I'm listening.
If your wife come to you, and said where she work, her boss was always looking at her in a very provocative way. Her boss have asked her to wait in the office later than her hour so that they can talk. And she knows what her boss wants. And she refused to do that. And then she asked for holiday, her boss refused to give. She asked for training, her boss refused to allocate her the training she needed. And she knows the reason why the boss is doing that. You trust your wife. If your wife come back to you and said, I'm not getting all this promotion because of all this thing that this my boss is trying to do, what evidence would you want your wife to show?
In that case, I will not want my wife to show me any. The only thing I will tell my wife is to quit the job. I will not take the case on because I knew I will not win.
I want to thank you for joining. As a person, you live in Amsterdam, and I do hope that one day you'll have your way to understand how the law works. I'm not going to debate this thing with
how
you.
the law works, Mr. Ben.
You definitely don't.
No, okay, if you say so, then
No, you
so
definitely don't. And I do hope that wisdom.
No, if you say so.
No, sir. This is life, and
okay.
you've said something that challenging to hear. You probably
I'm
believe.
saying based on what is going on between these two people.
You probably.
You're just pushing. You're trying to narrow me.
No. I am not trying to narrow you. I'm trying to stop misogynist. I'm trying to protect my daughter, your daughter, that your wife, that kind of situation will not happen in the future. That's what I'm trying to do. Everybody I'm trying to protect now, that men will understand their limit, that you cannot take your position to start to flirt with your subordinate, somebody that is working for you, asking them for favor that is unnecessary, harassing them. That's what we're doing here. And
Mr. Ben, what you're doing is okay. You're doing a good job, but I'm somebody, I have experience in life also. I've seen things. So I'm saying, I'm judging based on what I have witnessed in my whole life,
Okay, my brother from Amsterdam, sorry, the lady wouldn't have gone on a national TV if it was a makeup to embarrass the Senate president. If she was not convinced by what she said, and if the husband did not approve of it, she wouldn't have gone on air, considering the relationship. I'm bringing up this case because this is a case in point. Ben has already posited possible opportunities that, of course, you have realized that it will be difficult for you to even take a picture when somebody's sleeping with you, unless you're doing a porn show, all right? It will be very difficult for you to even carry your phone. The intimidator will tell you, keep the phone down, all right? Of course, you see, the problem we have is this. My manager was fond of telling my receptionist to wait until he comes back, even at night. So one of the moments I said, okay, let me just stop by the office. I think I went out for something, stopped by my office. I said, receptionist, you're still here? He said, manager asked me to wait until he comes back. I said, at this time, you're not going home? Ben, guess what happened? She did not take my advice. And one of the nights, because it was the receptionist and my manager. The manager slept with her in the office. With her period. And when the matter was reported to the police, the only thing she could say when they just talk about evidence, he said, okay, if they don't believe her, let him bring the cloth he wore last night. Ben, you won't believe this. I had to send my PA to go get the cloth. When they brought the cloth, behold, it was stained with blood. But this is me arguing and supporting my manager that he never did it. In anger, I stood up and I slapped him, that he has disgraced himself and he disgraced my company. These things do happen. If she had hearkened to my advice not to be staying late in the office and wait for anybody, perhaps that wouldn't have happened. As at that time, she did not report this matter to me. If she had reported officially that the manager was having advances on her, I would have perhaps tabled that matter and we discussed it at the management level. but she did not report. We should be very grateful to Natasha to having spoken out. That shows that she has enough regard and respect for a girl child, and a respect for her husband, and a respect for her senatorial district, and a respect for Nigeria. No thanks to a woman senator who went on radio to talk about age, who went on radio. What would have been her responsibility would have been to see if she can arrange the Senate, the caucus meeting, and then they table this matter. They would have resolved this. Not TV will not solve this matter. And this matter is now in the public domain. There are those supporting Natasha to go to court, even in that Senate. There are those who perhaps will talk to Natasha in private. They will not want to be held accountable for whatever they must have discussed with her. They will be hiding and pushing her. And the husband is so connected that this matter will not die down soon.
The husband is a powerful man.
Yes, my advice to them in the Senate there is to look for out of the court settlement and take this matter where the Senate president is wrong. They will advise him, you're wrong, don't do this again, and give her a rightful honor. When she raises her hand, recognize her. When she sponsored a bill, present it in the House. Don't just malign. Don't make it look as though you are confrontational with him, with her. By mere looking at the fact that because you asked her and she refused, you said she was talking like somebody in the nightclub, and now you put her in a place, condition her to stand up and raise her voice. Ben, a woman that is a friend to your wife cannot insult you. A woman that is a friend to your wife will not insult you because she'll be thinking about your wife being her friend. A woman that the husband is a friend to you cannot say that if you have not done anything wrong to her. Let's get this matter clear. Let us not be sentimental. I am supposed to be because Akpabi is my boss, is my brother. But I'm telling you that because I don't want anything to be held against me. Those who like blackmailing can record this and play for him. That I am saying that what he did to Natasha was wrong. You don't say that a woman is coming from the nightclub or speaking like somebody from the nightclub. That he apologized. He should at the same time apologize this one as well and take this matter out of court and settle it. We love them. We want Nigeria to be, I love this country. I want to see how if we're doing this podcast here in Nigeria, they will come and fish you out.
I would have been gone. If I'm on the podcast in Nigeria like this, I'll be arrested every day.
Because you see the caliber of people, you see what they will say. D1 went to Nedu's program. He was talking about Very Dark Man. Guess what? Very Dark Man ignored D1.
Mr. Ben, you're being biased on this issue, though, because you that I know cannot pick up such issue and be discussing it.
On what issue are you talking about, sir?
This Natasha issue. This is like something VDM is doing. You're being against. Someone will just wake up and start accusing someone without evidence, and you're busy discussing it and trying to prove it to be right. By all means.
Excuse me,
sir.
No,
I don't expect this from you anyway.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I've been following you for a long time.
I can't. Unfortunately,
every topic you're picking is
Mr. Bush.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
yes.
I cannot argue with you. I want you to watch and make your opinion. I've already told you what I'm after. And if you think that I'm being biased for asking Senator Akpabio to take responsibility for his action, then I think...
Which action? Were you there?
Did you confirm? Oh my God. Thank you so much for joining.
No, you have said it that his father is the one that stitched your wound. That is why you're supporting
allow
her.
him.
It's just like we are just Nigerians. It's just what is going on.
Allow him to speak.
So, but for me, I'm not supporting nobody. In this issue, we shouldn't be discussing it even as Nigerians, because there's more important issue facing the country. This is distraction, man. This is just a distraction.
Good.
Especially in this level of
yes. My brother, 1 minute. My brother,
they just want to come and distract us.
Brother,
after they have said what they said, done what they have done, they come they come and bring it out so that
Bush
we will
doctor,
start
somebody
debating
want
it.
to talk to you, please, from YouTube.
Hold on 1 minute, my brother.
Let me
I
just
quite
go and
agree.
sleep, Mr.
I
Ben.
quite agree
When
with
you
him.
raise good topic, I will listen. This is
Hold
not
on.
your topic. This
Hold on. I
topic
So,
quite
is
agree
so
with you.
also, hold on, sir. Akpabio, hold on. Sorry, Monday, hold on. So, sexual harassment is not a good topic for you.
I said this is not your topic. You discuss critical things, more critical than this one. No, this is not your topic, Mr. Ben. I'm sorry. Let's next tomorrow, I beg. Let me go to sleep. Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Okay, Ben, can I go on?
Yes, go on, sir. Go on.
You see, people don't have patience and they are not critical when considering certain issues. Instead of telling you that is ashamed of the Senate derailing from making laws into fantasies, is now blaming you for even discussing an issue that has caused a serious national stalemate in Nigeria.
Mm.
This issue is very important. The wife of Akabi has gone to court. Natasha has gone to court. She has sued Natasha 250 billion for defamation, defaming her husband. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And then women have protested, even here in Akwa Ibom. And he's saying that it is not an important issue. This should be an education. This should be education to a leader, even himself there, to understand that when you are asked to go do a particular responsibility, either for your community or your people, you should be focused. You should go back home. There are a lot of women around. It would be wrong for the wife of your friend to come and accuse you on a national television that you made advances. It is a very shameful thing. And my friend there does not see it that way. And I want to pray that he should not find himself in such a situation, because this is the highest height of disappointment I've ever heard in my life. If it was there, then in the UK, the Senate president would have resigned. It will be investigated. If it is found wanting, he will go. But if it is cleared, he will come back. But the fact in Nigeria is that hardly you see anybody resign until that person is sacked. All right? And so I want us to understand that this issue you are bringing up is even very important and it's very timely, because you did not just talk about the sexual harassment. You tinker into the thinking framework of some of the senators. And you brought on board the woman that was being interviewed by the Arise News. You could see the thinking pattern of those we asked to go and lead us. And this gentleman does not see it. If he doesn't see it, then I don't think he's a Nigerian. Might be.
It's a sir, it is education, and unfortunately, um, during the time of my doing this live and doing all this program I'm doing, I am beginning to understand the mind of Nigerians. And to be honest with you, I can literally take a statistic of how our people think, and it's unfortunate, to be honest with you. This is the and I have tried to make it as simple as possible for him. I use his wife, I use his daughter, and this man told me, if I trust my daughter, there's one of my daughter I don't trust. If he come to me and said I be abused, he will not trust the girl. Just imagine.
I think what you need to do is to always put up a caveat. If you're not a critical thinker, please don't join my show. That is where you'll be able to, curtail some of these guys who perhaps do not even understand the basics of your discussion. Ben, do you know that this program this night has made me to know that most of the senators there do not even know why they are there?
They have no clue.
Most of them don't know why they're there.
They have no clue.
Compare the time of Senator Fabio not sitting at his seat when Bukola Saraki was the Senate president. How Bukola Saraki treated that matter maturely, even when Adamu stood up and said he was the leader of the House. I mean, the Senate leader then. He said he has been given a seat. People should not sit wherever they want to sit and talk. That there's a Senate rule, and that the clerk of the House has done this, has done that. Saraki handled this matter maturely and pleaded with Akpabio to please go to his seat. He did not ask the sergeant at arms to walk him out. He did not say on the floor, even if you want to suspend somebody, As a Senate president, you cannot say it right there. You can't say it right there. Rather, you allow the committee to take
Thank you
care
so
of.
much. Monday, thank you so much. I have 10 minutes to go, and I've got Ayodeji on YouTube. Ayodeji, go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Ben, how are you doing today?
I'm okay.
My name is Ayodiji. I'm, calling from Canada, and
Okay. Have you been
yeah,
listening?
I have been listening. In fact, I'm an avid watcher of your show. I'm from Kogi State,
Are
and
you? I am from Kogi State.
I grew up in Okene. My family,
You must
Okene,
have you must speak a bit of Ibira then.
a little bit, but unfortunately, I went to school out of Kogi State.
Oh,
So
bless, man. All
yeah,
right.
Yeah, my own little comment is that it's quite unfortunate the way Nigerians think. Even I personally, I have decided to take some personal space from my parents because, you know, upon how educated they are, my father is a medical doctor, my mother is she's a nurse. It's hard to explain simple things to them, like it's impossible for money to appear in your bank account, all of a sudden. Something as basic as that. So the issue with Natasha, and the Senate president, like the other man was saying, the other man that, left the platform angrily, he
Mm.
just want to see things from the basic perspective, you know. Me, I think he should be responsible for whatever actions he has taken, whatever he has said,
Yeah.
whatever he you know has said to offend the lady. And it's quite unfortunate again that the Nigerian Senate is just a haven for you know thieves and people that have no idea how to run a government, how to rule a country. They just park themselves there, and just waste the resources of Nigerians, waste everybody's time, waste the lives of our youth. And again, it's quite unfortunate that a lot of people can't see these things. A lot of people still run around these politicians, just like the issue of VDM. In fact, each time I'm at work, once your notification comes in and I see VDM, I always want to log in and see what you're talking about because it's hard to explain to people the evil, such little things is doing to our society.
They
You
can't
know,
understand it.
yeah, no. So I really appreciate your effort, and for somebody in diaspora, I've actually been looking for a platform like this where we all can come together and enlighten our people that okay, this is the way things should be done. This is the way things should not be done. Things as simple as this should be done this way, just the basic rules of life, the basic rules of the society. I'll give you an example. There was a day I was playing soccer somewhere here in Canada, and I was having a wrap of gum, and I
Mhm.
just threw it on the floor. And a 10-year-old girl, she just approached me, hey, you have to pick up your dirt. you know just something as little as that, it touched me. I'm like, oh. And actually I picked it up. That was an unconscious behavior, but relating it to the Nigerian society.
And from the young lady, from the girl, is an instant reaction of a behavior that is not norm to her.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. It was shocking, but it's hard to see something like that in Nigerian society. And that's why I always say the Nigerians, we need I wouldn't say revolution, but there has to be a complete changing of our mind. You know, there has to be. In fact, we have a lot of work to do. Like I said, I don't want to take too much time. Maybe next time I'll
Thank
be
you.
here. We can chat.
Next time, because it's quite late and I wanted to finish before 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. I want to thank you, Ayodeji. And I hope you've subscribed to our YouTube channel so that you can receive notification as well.
For sure, for sure. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much
so
for your
much.
time.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, for those of you guys, this is how we do our life. I want to thank you for joining. Sometimes we have a topic that is quite hard, that is quite difficult, like this one. The topic I just discussed today is quite very difficult. And I believe Natasha, just like our daughter, deserve our respect, deserve our support. And unfortunately, we can see that people are building up to attack our characters, and it's unfair. So think about it, what will happen if this happened to your child, your wife. Nigerian women need to stand for themselves. We are ready to fight for you. We are ready to stand with you. The senator that spoke today in this segment is not representing us. It's representing her interest, her pocket. I don't believe she's representing her constituency. We can't achieve anything without your voice. That is the most important weapon you have. And that is why you see the government doing everything to make sure they censor it. But keep it up. Thank you for joining. For those of you guys